There is a deep and largely unexamined hostility toward masculinity in the present culture. Patriarchy is treated as an original sin. Any clear hierarchical ordering in which masculine qualities, discernment, direction, protective authority, the capacity to say no, take precedence is framed as inherently oppressive. The result is not neutrality. It is a systematic devaluation of the very functions that once gave form and stability to both family and psyche. Boys grow up under this atmosphere. Male energy is frequently pathologized as, quote, toxic, unquote, unless it is redirected into economic provision or emotional caretaking on terms set by others. Fatherhood is often treated as optional or suspect. Respect offered to men, especially from women, is treated as a political risk rather than a normal human exchange. This is not progress. It is a form of cultural self-hatred directed at one pole of human nature. The deeper issue is archetypal, not merely political. In the individual, when emotion is no longer ordered by discernment, the result is instability, reactivity, and manipulation. The same pattern scales. A culture that refuses any legitimate precedence to the masculine principle does not become more equal. It becomes more chaotic, more sentimental, and ultimately more cruel to the very people it claims to protect. This is not an argument for domination or the absence of warmth. It is an argument for right order. Logic and clarity are meant to govern emotion in the same way that a competent head is meant to govern a household, not by crushing what is under it, but by giving it direction, protection, and limit. When that ordering is inverted or denied, both poles suffer. The feminine becomes inflated and anxious. The masculine becomes either weak or resentful. Children inherit the disorder. The current fear of masculinity is not a sign of moral advancement. It is a sign that the culture has lost confidence in the possibility of rightful authority itself. A related error appears in much of contemporary spirituality. It is frequently claimed that the solution to ego is further surrender to the feminine, more feeling, more receptivity, more dissolution of the directing will. This is presented as humility or ego death. In practice, it often becomes another form of imbalance. Alchemy never taught the simple annihilation of the solar principle. The work requires the clarified masculine light to enter order and impregnate the lunar waters, not to drown in them. When the directing intelligence abdicates in the name of surrender, the vessel is left without form. Emotion and the unconscious then rule by default, and what results is not integration but inflation, sometimes literally, of the very material that needed purification. The ego is not truly transformed. It is merely displaced or sentimentalized. True ego death is not the erasure of discernment, hierarchy, or the capacity to govern. It is the death of the false, reactive, self-important ego so that a cleaner authority, the inner solar principle aligned with truth, can take its proper place. That authority is meant to serve the whole by giving measure and direction to feeling, not by being silenced in favor of it. Cultures and individuals that invert this order do not become more spiritual. They become more susceptible to possession by unexamined currents, whether personal or collective. The feminine is not the enemy of the work. She is the field in which the work must be done. But without the rightly ordered masculine light, the field remains chaotic and no stable stone is produced.